Hello parents, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you all the latest nursery syllabus. With the help of this video, you can teach your nursery kids very easily so that your children can be comfortable once the school starts. So let's get started. First, let's see about the English syllabus. In English, you can teach your kids pre-writing strokes. Pre-writing strokes contains standing lines, sleeping lines, then slanting lines, in that left slanting line, right slanting line, then curves, left curve, right curve, up curve, down curve. You can draw strokes on a plain sheet like this and ask your kids to trace them. With the help of tracing, children can be learn to draw strokes easily, and in future when they starts to write numbers and alphabets, it's going to be easier for them. Next, you can teach your kids A to Z alphabets, both oral and written. First, teach your kids to identify the letters. For identification, you can use flashcards. With the help of flashcards, your children can learn to identify the letters very easily. And once your child learn to identify the letters, you can start to teach them writing with the help of tracing. In the nursery syllabus, next comes the objects related to each other. To teach your kids objects related to each other, you can prepare these types of worksheets. You can draw pictures or else you can use stickers, which is easily available in the market. Give them these types of worksheets and ask them to match them. Like here written as alphabet A, letter A. So here the picture is given. Here is the apple, cat and ball. A is for apple, so they have to match letter A with the apple. Similarly, B with the ball and C with the cat. Next comes the letter matching activity. For letter matching activity also, you can use these types of worksheets. Write A to Z letters in one side and shuffle the letters in the opposite side and ask your kids to match them. So here is a, they have to match A with the A and so on. Next comes the sentence structure. In sentence structure, your child should be able to tell any few sentences like my name is Ruth, I am a girl and all these. And next is vocabulary building. You can teach father, mother, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, son, daughter, home, family, etc. These types of words you can teach them, and also teach them like father means who is the father, who is the mother, what's father's name, what is mother's name, who is brother, who is sister, who is grandfather. So teach them to identify. So they have to be able to tell who is grandfather, who is grandmother, who is son, who is sister, who is daughter. They should be know to tell them. So this is all about the English syllabus. Now let's move on to the math syllabus. In maths, pre-math concepts are being introduced in nursery. So you can teach your child to identify big, small, tall, short, all these concepts very easily. With the help of pictures also, you can teach your kids pre-math concepts. Also you can use household items which is easily available in your house to explain your kids big and small, tall and short, heavy and light, all these concepts very easily. You can take one full glass of water to explain the full concept and one empty glass to explain the empty concept. Similarly, you can use more chocolates in one side and less chocolates in other side to explain them the more and less concepts. So you can use all these examples to explain them. Next comes the numbers. You can teach your kids 1 to 20 numbers. First teach them to identify with the help of flashcards, and once they are learned to identify, you can teach them to write using tracing method. Next is number and its value. You can teach them ones, tens, like giving some examples like you can write 10 and you can explain them this is ones place, this is tens place, etc. Next is sequencing from 1 to 20. For sequencing of numbers, you can use these types of worksheets. With the help of these worksheets, your child can learn the concept of sequencing very easily. So also after finishing this activity, give them to color these objects. In here they have to connect the dots with the help of numbers. While connecting the dots with the help of numbers, they also learn the concept of sequencing. After getting this banana picture, they have to color them. Next comes count, match, circle and color concept. To make them understand this concept, you can create these types of worksheets like draw some objects and give multiple choice like 3, 2, 1. So they have to count them and they have to match with the correct answer. Similarly, this is for count, and for match you can use these types of worksheets. You can use these any pictures you can draw, and here you write the answer. So they have to count 1, 2 and they have to 1, 2, 3. They have to match with the correct answer. Next comes the circle and color. For the coloring activity, you can give these types of worksheets like you can draw any objects, and here it is written as 5. So they have to count 5 objects, then they have to color the 5 objects. For circling activity, you can use these types of worksheets. Draw any type of pictures here and ask them to count 1, 2, 3, and they have to circle the correct answer like 3. Next, shapes are introduced in class nursery. Basic 4 shapes like circle, triangle, rectangle and square. These 4 shapes are introduced in class nursery. So you can teach your kids these 4 shapes with the help of flashcards. Also with the help of pictures you can teach them. Next comes the colors. You can teach any 5 colors or you can teach the basic colors like red, yellow, green, blue and so on, like oranges, purple and other colors also you can teach them. Now let's see about the general awareness syllabus. In general awareness, in nursery class, like my family, my body parts, myself, my school, these topics are being introduced. So my family, you can teach them like father's name, mother's name, what's father's occupation, what's mother's occupation, what's brother's name, what is your sister name, what is your grandfather name, what is your grandmother name. Like this you can teach them. Then also you can teach them body parts. So they should be able to identify any 5 body parts like eyes, ears, hands, legs, like this. And next is myself. They have to be able to tell any 5 sentences like my name is Ruth, I am a girl. Like this they have to be able to tell any 5 sentences. So you can teach any 5 sentences. Next comes the school. You can teach any 5 sentences about their school like their school name, where is their school is located at, like this. And next, seasons are introduced in the class nursery. Rainy, winter and summer seasons are being introduced in nursery. So you can teach rainy seasons like it's raining in the rainy season. We take umbrellas, we wear raincoats, and how does our environment looks like in rainy season. Similarly in winter season, what type of clothes we wear and how does the environment in winter season. Similarly in summer season, what type of clothes we wear, how was the environment in summer season. All these you can explain them. Next comes the transport. You can teach them air transport, road transport, water transport. You can teach them what type of vehicles goes on road, what type of vehicles goes on air, what type of vehicles goes on water. So this is all you can teach them. Then you have to teach them about the fruits, like any 5 fruits you can teach them like apple, oranges, bananas. While giving them to eating, you can tell them and teach them. This is the easiest way you can teach your kids rather than showing them the pictures. Next, vegetables. you can teach them any 5 vegetables. Similarly, teach them about the animals, 5 wild animals, 5 domestic animals. So this is all about the general awareness syllabus. Now let's move on to the environmental science syllabus. So in environmental science, uh, awareness about good eating habits is introduced, like you have to tell them which is good for our health, and what are the foods are unhealthy for our body. Next, importance of planting, so why we should plant the trees and why trees are important for human beings. All these concepts you can explain them. Next, good habits and bad habits. Good habits like brushing our teeth twice a day, then bathing, combing our hair, then wearing clean and tidy clothes, sleeping on time, waking up on time. These are all good habits. And bad habits like biting nails, chewing nails, then picking up nose in the public. These are all bad habits. So you can teach them about the good and bad habits. Next comes the traffic rules. In traffic rules, you can teach about them the traffic rules like when we should cross the road, then about the zebra crossing, about the three green, yellow and red color traffic lights. What does green color indicates, what does red color indicates, all these you can explain them. Next, use of dustbins. We should not throw garbages everywhere, we should use dustbins. All these you can explain them. Then importance of animals, why animals are important for our lives, why cow is important. All these you can teach them. Next, polite words like hello, thank you, sorry. When we should tell hello, when we meet any our friend or any our relatives, we should tell hello. Then we should tell thank you. When we make mistake, we should tell sorry. All these words you can. Now let's see about the Hindi syllabus. In Hindi syllabus, you can teach them strokes like lines, standing line, sleeping line, then curves. Then these types of strokes which will be useful for them when writing Hindi words. Next, you can teach them svar, a se aha tak, both to read and write. Next, you can similarly tracing, while writing the letters. First, teach them to trace them. Tracing method you can use while teaching them to write. Next, सही अक्षर के साथ मिलन करो. Like you have to draw some pictures like arm, imli. They have to match arm with the a letter like this. Then चित्र देखकर गोला बनाओ. Here is one word like and here are some pictures like arm, imli, anar, all this. So they have to match with the arm. Then चित्र देखकर पहला अक्षर पहचानो. Similarly, we have one anar ka picture. They should be able to tell the first letter of that picture like a, like this. And Vyanjan you can make them oral. So this is all about the nursery syllabus. Thank you, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on worksheets and syllabus. Thank you.